Badge Mesh, and today we have a fabulous, special story on, and I hope everyone enjoys it. I see a ton of my storytellers, which is amazing. So, at this time, ladies and gentlemen, welcome, welcome, welcome. Please make sure that we're hitting that star on me. I am Top Badge Mesh. Please make sure we have my three lovely top supporters of the stream favorited and respected and go visit their streams. And at this time, we are going to ask all of the guests, all of the storytellers to please request the box. Storytellers, please request the box. I see all my fabulous loves in here. We have some amazing storytellers all aligned up, ready and raring to go. And ladies and gentlemen, if you would like to be a guest on our show, we have fabulous admins in here: Boricua Queen, Emoji J, Lux, a new addition, Grizzly. They should all be in here, and myself. Please reach out to us if you'd like to be on the show. But welcome, welcome, as everyone is settling in and grabbing their favorite cocktail and getting ready to hear some amazing, fantastical stories spun around today's theme, the Pied Piper of the Meet Me Streets. Now, everyone is probably familiar with the Pied Piper, luring all those rats and then people that quickly followed and were ensnared. So we're going to have a little spin on that. Meet me style. So it should be really cool. Who do you think might be running that little cult? Well, here's what people thought, and they are going to give their versions of it. We are going to, since it's a featured show, please keep the comments nice and clean and respectful. Make sure you're favoriting the guests, the judges, myself, and the top three gifters. Please, so we can get this show started. Now, ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, please welcome our introduction. It will give you a chance to see all of our guests, our fabulous judges, our admins, and myself. Ladies and gentlemen, here is the introduction to Once Upon a Mejstory with your host, Top Badge Mesh. Now, ladies and gentlemen, welcome once again to Once Upon a Mejstory, a featured show here on the app every Saturday at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Hope everyone has gotten their popcorn, their favorite beverage, and they're ready to listen to these storytellers spin their tale on today's theme, Once Upon a Mejstory, the Pied Piper of the Meet Me me streets. And just to give you, as the guests are all settling, I see a couple of them at this moment. All of the storytellers, all of the guests, please, please, please request the box so I can get you all lined up nicely. And as they are requesting the box at this time, ladies and gentlemen, why don't I tell you a little bit about our show? Mejstory is created where the storytellers, possibly you in the future, are given a theme. And based on the theme, they create a narrative using some fancy backdrops, some, nice little lighting, a costume of sorts, fabulous narration, any little thing to enhance their story. Why? Why would you ask that they must go to all this trouble? Well, ladies and gentlemen, is judge in the end. And the judges are going to explain to you some of the criteria that they look at. And they're my fabulous top batch friends. Absolutely amazing. All three of them content creators. So they will introduce themselves later after the end of the storytellers all over their tales. And then they are going to give their feedback. And then they are going to decide on a winner for today's episode. Ladies and gentlemen, once again, since it's a featured show, please keep your comments nice and respectful, not only to all of the guests, but also to the judges, myself, and the fellow audience members in here, or you will be escorted out of the stream. So let's be on our best behavior, ladies and gentlemen. Let's go. Okay, once upon a Mejstory, we are ready for our first guest. She goes by the name of Alice G7. She is going to briefly introduce herself. And as she's introducing herself, please make sure you hit her up with a favorite. Go enjoy her streams when you catch her on. She's going to briefly introduce herself, and then she is going to jump right into what she's got prepared, and I will go on mute. Welcome, Alice. Thank you so much for being a guest, darling.
No worries, Merge. Hi, everybody. Yes, he's correct. I'm Alice G7. I stream most days. I am going to be soon to having a featured show here on the app called Alice Explains the Unexplained, where we talk about conspiracy theories, the weird and wonderful, and whether or not stuff really does actually exist. So stay tuned. I shall go and delve into my story. Once upon a time, in a village far, far away, there was a Pied Piper called G7, who went to many villages, like Zoe Essex, by getting rid of many, many catfish. But there was one village that was in need. Meet Me Streets, where the Pied Piper had arrived and was greeted by, hold on, the mayor, Blake Premier. He had told G7 that there was a problem in Mejstory Street with many catfish. So the Pied Piper had told Blake Premier, the mayor, that she would get rid of the catfish, but needed payment of sorts. Blake Premier, the mayor, had offered the Pied Piper, G7, an ice dragon. This will not do. But he then asked, what, if there is not an ice dragon, what gifts would you like? She said, well, I don't mind some diamonds, of course. You know, she's not a diamond hoe, but yes. So the next day, and by the night, she did as was requested. She got rid of the catfish of Mejstory Streets. As she arrived back to the village, and she was greeted by angry villagers and the mayor, Blake Premier. We turn the page. She done as they asked. She got rid of the catfish. But the Pied Piper G7 warned the mayor, Blake Premier, and the villagers. I did as you asked. I got rid of all of your catfish. But I did not ask for payment. I did not want your ice dragon, nor actually did I want your diamonds. But instead, what I really want is all of your top badges. The end.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you're just been tuning in, you were listening to Alice G7 give her spin on the Pied Piper of the Meet Me Streets. Alice, thank you so much for sharing your story.
No
Everyone,
worries,
please make
Meg.
sure to hit our bread a favorite. And thank you so much. All right, darling. Back into the audience you go. You will be
Yeah.
awaiting the judges' feedback in just a moment. Ladies and gentlemen, if you're now tuning in, welcome, welcome to Once Upon a Mejstory. We are listening to storytellers today give their spin on the Pied Piper of the Meet Me Streets. What fabulous tales and creativity have they brought to the streets? You got to stay tuned to find out. At this time, ladies and gentlemen, please take a moment to hit me up with a favorite so you can return every Saturday and be a part of our show, either as a guest or as an audience member. Please also make sure you're favoriting my top three supporters of the stream, my top three of the stream. Please hit them up with a favorite. And if anyone would like to be a part of our show, please make sure that we are favoriting and reaching out to any of the admins. We've got four of them right here in the audience. And you have myself. I see Medusa. Please sign them up ASAP. Myself, Lux, Mariqua Queen, and Grizzly, and also Emoji J. Please make sure you are sending a message to either one of them or even myself if you would like to be a guest on the show. I see some return guests. See you in there, Mars. Maybe you'll take another shot at it. You were actually pretty lovely. It was, well, you tried to get rid of me, but it's okay. You wouldn't be the first. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, it is my pleasure to introduce my next guest. He is no stranger to this show, so please make sure you hit him up with a favorite. Seems all prepared. Big Bats, thank you for being a return guest.
Hey, thank
Please
you for having me
briefly
again, Raj.
introduce yourself, and if you can jump right into the story that you have prepared. And can all of the other storytellers please request the box so we can keep the show flowing nicely. Big Bats, you know the drill. Take it away. Introduce yourself and then get to our story.
Hey, thank you, Mej. Thank you again for having me. I'm Big Bats here, Detroit, Michigan, Motown, Motor City out here. We're gonna. I'm still out here grinding for my top badge, working my butt off. Also working towards possibly having my own featured show soon. So, we're out here doing our thing. Thank you all for the gifts. I appreciate you all. Um, yeah. So we now gonna delve right into our little story of the Pied Piper. The Pied Piper of the Meet Me Streets, people. Let's go. This is a story of a cyber society of people involved in a game of desire, wealth, and greed. The story takes place on the interwebs of the Meet Me Streets. There are many character accounts from all walks of life and cultures worldwide. They are referred to as live streamers, people. Okay? There is a legend in the streets that has lifted so many to greatness. The true Pied Piper of Meet Me Streets has helped so many with no expectations in return. He's an amazing streamer with the ability and power to help so many. This brings us to the streamer they call the Evil Piper, who leads so many into his clutches of greed and deceit. One of the biggest attractions out of the streets is the shiny diamonds, which he uses like the alluring music of the Evil Piper. The streamers get mesmerized and blinded by the diamonds and follow him and believe whatever he tells them. Once they are under his Evil Piper's control, he uses them as Piper trolls to lead the more streamers to him. Over time, these trolls become drones and no longer stream, just sit in this boring stream with no content, lost. They lose the ability to think for themselves and make reasonable decisions. There, there are many stories of one streamer who lost all their money and belongings following the evil Piper. They end up on the real streets broken. Okay. So many unrevealing incidents related to the evil Piper, I just can't bear to tell them all. All I can tell you is not be enamored and blinded by the diamonds and learn to love and enjoy your stream. Try not to be a follower and create your own content that your followers will love and enjoy. Just remember, all evil Pipers out there being fake and alluring followers for ill intentions always get revealed. And just one, this pipe was handcrafted from the wild blowhorn. No, the wild blowhorn wildebeest. Yeah, that's it. So behold. Thank you all for enjoying my story.
Ladies and gentlemen, please make sure that you have a Big Bats favorited. And if anyone has been tuning in just for the minute, you have been listening to Big Bats give his tale of the Pied Piper of the Meet Me streets. So welcome one and all to Once Upon a Mejstory, a storytelling show here on the app every Saturday at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. This is where we give you a theme and you create a narrative based on whatever subject is given. You add your own flair. It's all fiction. Have fun. And if anyone would like to be a part of our show, we'd love to have you. We do give you tips and guidelines to help, steer your way around it. We have admins right here who's happy to help you get signed up for it and give you the materials. It is Grizzly, who's just newly joining us. We've got Lux, we've got Boricua Queen, and we've got Emoji J. So please make sure you're reaching out to any of them. And you can't find any of them, reach out to me. I would love to have you here on the show. So ladies and gentlemen, are we enjoying the show? I hope everybody's enjoying the show. I always am. I love stories and I love the creativities brought to this app. This is a great way to show what you are able to offer in your streams. So this is a great chance to showcase your style and get people to see what your streams might be a little bit like and what content you can create. So if you're a streamer and you're always looking for things to do, here's something you can be, a bigger part of our community. Ladies and gentlemen, I must shout out at this time my top 3 supporters of the stream. The top 3 right there, please hit them up with a favorite. Please favorite me as well, so you can return to any of my streams and be a part of any of these activities that I have. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I hope everyone is still tuned in because now it is my pleasure to introduce my next guest. She goes by the name of Nashi Poo. This is her first time here on the show, so everyone, please make sure we welcome her. We hit her up, favorite. Go join her streams, and if you liked her story, maybe you can tell her there as well. I'm sure she'd love to hear some of your feedback. Nashi, thank you so much for being a part of our show. Kindly introduce yourself and then jump right into your story that you have prepared.
Okay. My name is Nash. Most people call me Nashi Poo or Nashlyn. I stream Monday through Friday in the evening and Saturday mornings. And I'm just here just to have a good time and share love, and everybody's welcome in my stream. I did have some difficulties today with my visuals, so I went to an emergency backup, so just bear with me. And I hope everybody enjoys it. I will be having the extended version tonight on my stream. In a land far away called Meet Me, Germany, the town was tormented by these 3 rats named Smurfy, Kitty, and Zoe. The town had just received its precious chocolate bar shipment, which had a magic ticket in it. The mayor of the Dinksy Mej. Mej had a history of controlling vermin like these rats. But Zoe, Smurfy, and Kitty had a plan. Mej had a magical pipe that was famous for being the source of his powers. The rats thought they could sabotage Mej's magical pipes so they could take the chocolate with ease. While Mej was talking with the mayor and the townspeople, they put a small seed in his pipe to make it ineffective against them. Later that night, Mej was standing guard at the chocolate bar shipment when Smurfy, Kitty, and Zoe came up upon him. Mej took out his pipe to greet them. When he blew, nothing happened. The rats smiled, knowing the chocolate would soon be theirs. Mej then blew again, and then he tried one more time, and still nothing had. He was powerless at the rats taking the chocolate. Smurfy stood guard while Kitty and Zoe took the chocolate to the woods. Smurfy kept watch over Mej, who was puzzled at the fact that his pipe was not working. Watch over Mej as Kitty and as Kitty and I apologize. Smurfy watched over as Zoe and Kitty took over and ran into the woods to hide the chocolate. Once Kitty signaled that the chocolate was there, Smurfy ran away laughing in delight that they had the chocolate. Mej was devastated that the chocolate was gone and his pipe was magicless. Mej decided to go see the infamous pipe master Woody. Woody inspected Mej's pipe only to see a seed stuck in the stem. Woody carefully extracted the seed. Mej tested the pipe. Thankfully, the magical powers had returned. So now Mej decides that tonight he would go into the forest and bring the chocolate back. With his pipe now restored, Mej played his magical pipe, soon enticing the rats to deliver the chocolate back to the town. Mej's pipe was so magical that he was able to completely transform and win over Kitty, Zoe, and Smurfy. They became happy members of the Meet Me community, and the chocolate was safe forever. Thank you guys so much. I appreciate this opportunity. I hope you liked it. And again, the extended version will be on tonight because it was actually originally 20 minutes long. Thank you so much for this opportunity. I appreciate it.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. If anyone has now just tuned in, you're listening to Nashi or Nashi Poo, however you'd like to call her. She seems quite lovely. Please make sure you have her favorited. She was just telling her story of the Pied Piper of the Meet Me Streets, and apparently there is a longer version. She just gave us a little bit of a flavor, a taste, a condensed version of the Pied Piper of the Meet Me Streets. So we are looking forward to the rest of it. Now, ladies and gentlemen, welcome, welcome, welcome to Once Upon a Mejstory, a storyteller, featured storytelling show here on the app every Saturday at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. It's where we give you a theme, and based on the theme, you create a narrative. And you're going to use some fancy backdrops, some costumes if you'd like, just some magical tongue twisting of words, and great narration. That always, really secures the deal for a lot of our judges. So please make sure that you are reaching out to us. You have advance notice of the show, and you can ask us any questions. We usually do include in the group chat clips of, previous winners. We give you the themes, we give you some tips, some guidelines, and we give you a little checklist so you can be better prepared. So that's it. So if you'd like to be a guest on our show, ladies and gentlemen, we've got our fabulous admins right here in the group chat. Myself, you can actually reach out to me. I will reply to you. We also have Bariqua Queen. We've got Lux. We've got Emoji J. And we've got our new member, Grizzly. He's already waving his hands like he just don't care. You can reach out to him as well. The 4 of them are my admins. So please reach out to them. You'd like to be a part of our show. And also, ladies and gentlemen, at 4 o'clock on the dot, we will decide on my gold king or queen of the stream. So my gold king or queen will get to have their name nicely prominently next to mine for the next show, as well as they'll get a shout out on IG. If you're looking for some extra faves, we do a big shout outs on IG so you can get your faves up. And I think everyone has a goal of, making those faves. So please make sure that you are the first top gifter of the stream, so you are able to get that little extra shout outs and maybe some few extra faves on IG and on here. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for all the gifts. At the end of the show, I will do a bigger shout out, but as of this time, we will just stick to our show. Now, what do you guys think so far of everyone's stories? Do you have a favorite? Does everyone have a favorite? Well, ladies and gentlemen, our last storyteller was Nashi Poo. And at this time, I'm going to ask if there is no other guests. Is there any other storyteller? Afro Latina, top badge Afro Latina was a guest scheduled. Are you here, darling? It was in the group chat of the guidelines. Are you prepared or you're not prepared? I'm not sure. It was clear in the group chat. I know, but I'm not prepared. Well, there you have it, kids. Top badge, not prepared. Well, thanks a lot, girl. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, at this time, we are going to ask the judges to please request the box and give their feedback on the storytellers that were here and were prepared with their stories. All right, first to the box, and she is going to give a little bit of the criteria that they look for. Ladies and gentlemen, it is my pleasure to introduce my top badge sister, top badge Miss Murphy from across the pond. Please make sure you hit that star and favorite her. And she's going to give you some of the things that the judges look for, since it is a judge show. And then she is going to jump into her critiques for today's storytellers. And the other all my other judges are right in queue. Thank you so much. Smurfy, go right ahead, my angel.
I feel like on a Friday when I have my makeup together, we could look like twins. I'm just saying. I just wanted to put that out there before I started. Thank you to everyone. I genuinely love this show. And the guys put so much work in the background that you all don't even see, even separate from us judges. But we do have a very strict scoring criteria. I won't give all of it because, you get your side of what you've got to bring. But we look for things like backdrops, outfits, makeup, eye contact, how you're reading, what sound you have. So that's kind of the theme. I don't want to give too much, but that's kind of some of the stuff we look for. And then we have a set number of scoring within each of them criteria. So you can get a max and a minimum number of scores between them. So it is very, very technical. But I think it's great that it's that way because there's no favoritism. So just because you may know one of us, we're not automatically going to vote for you because there is a strict scoring behind it. And if we all don't come to a unanimous decision, we then count up all the scores individually. And if we are close or we have the same scores, we have historically jumped on a call to have an open, sometimes awkward discussion about why we feel the person we picked is the one that should win. But I love my fellow judges, Kitty and Zoe, to pieces. I love all of the claws do come out. We have a few stabby emojis in the group chat. But we all genuinely love each other. We love you, Mej. We love all of the admins as well. Welcome to Grizzly. So Mej said it at the beginning, coming on this type of show, if you are new or a returning streamer, or you kind of do your own thing, but you want to get out the box a little bit and network, this is the show to come on. The reason this is the show to come on is not only does it show a creative side to you, it gives us an insight to you that we may not see in your stream because you have to bring something different. But one of the main reasons that I feel this is the show to come on is it's a safe space. And you will see consistently where, you know, people are doing their stories and they maybe mess up a little bit or something goes wrong and they get flustered. Everybody that's in here is so welcoming and supportive and genuine in that. So this is definitely the place to come on if you want to get your faves up, genuine faves, and show a different side to you. So please do hit up any of the admins or Mej or any of the judges and come on the show because it really is amazing. Congratulations to everybody. So my name is Smurfy. I'm a top badge on Plenty of Fish. You can favorite me here, hit me up on Instagram. It's linked to my bio. I have many shows, but I'm a little bit funny about announcing my stuff on my friends' shows because this is about this show in my opinion. So please contact Mej or any of the admins to come on this show. I'm going to start off with Alice. We had the Pied Piper outfit, which I really loved, that developed into Mayor Blake Premier. That's a mouthful. Mayor Blake Premier. This was about collecting the catfishes. I felt a little some way about it, Alice, because my picture has a filter on it, and clearly if you click on me right now you can see I look nothing like it. Don't come for me, okay? Mind your business, keep it pushing. So this was about collecting all of the catfishes and removing them. I would have really loved to get some sort of insight on how she done that. So maybe she played the pipe and the sound was dragons and all the streamers follow, all the catfishes followed. I think that would have been a great way to kind of take it that next step further. But I loved the context of what you were bringing. And then in the end, it was actually that they wanted to collect all the top badges for removing the catfishes, which I think should have been in the terms and conditions from the start, but who am I? I wasn't signed up to this. It's not my business, but it was a great story overall. I really liked that you really encompassed everything. You changed your voice, you had the outfit, you were kind of going off screen to get changed as well. I really enjoyed that. Next up was Big Bats. This was the story of the Evil Piper. I really enjoy your stories, and I enjoy them every single time you're on the show. I think if you could maybe practice a little, you put so much, for anyone that doesn't realize, anyone that's just coming in, Big Bats puts so much into his stories. The content that's within it is a lot, which is amazing, and it's amazing to listen to. You really do go above and beyond. But I think because it's so much, sometimes you're having to read it, and when you're having to read it, you are then losing some points on eye contact. And I think I get a little bit lost. Now, I obviously have seen you before, so that's why I'm really invested and I'm really listening extra. But it would be great to have you present it to us and maybe have bullet points to the side rather than just reading it verbatim. I think that would really elevate you even more. But I really do love the way that you tell your stories and the creativity that you come up with. And I would have liked to hear the pipe. So you played it when you first came in, you kind of played it at the end, but it would have been nice maybe for something in the middle for it to be played. I think that would have been really good. Nashi Poo was up next. You said you had technical difficulties. We couldn't see that. It didn't affect your performance. So shout out to you for that. I loved your visuals. I'm not sure how I felt being called a rat. Like, wait, what? What did I do to you, Nashi? So that did make me chuckle. I enjoyed your creativity within your story. I did have a very childish moment when you said that Mej took his pipe out to greet us. And then you started talking about Mej blowing the pipe. And then I was just sitting here like a child, giggling away to myself. Your music, I'm glad it wasn't just me. I'm glad it wasn't just me, Danny. Your music was at a perfect level. We love to hear music and sounds, but sometimes it can overpower who's speaking. and then it's really difficult to hear the story. So I loved the actual level of your music was really, really good. And you followed the criteria of this week's theme to a T, which I loved. You had the original story, but you created it to something that was relevant for the Meet Me Street. So well done to you two. Shout out to everybody. I'm going to start getting to this group chat and arguing with Kitty and Zoe. I love you, Mejji, always. Please make sure you hit Mej with a favorite. Make sure you favorite all the admins and the judges.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you are now tuning in, you are listening to Top Badge Smurfy, another amazing content creator. She has a ton of shows and content in her streams. But to find out more about them, please join her. So you can do so by hitting her up with a favorite. She's also my #1 of the stream. So please make sure that you're popping into her stream. Ladies and gentlemen, it is my pleasure to welcome my next Top Badge sister, the beautiful Kitty Commander, another amazing content creator here on the app. Please make sure that you follow Kitty. She's going to briefly introduce herself, and then she's going to jump right into what her thoughts were on the stories that she heard today. Kitty, thank you so much. Please take it away.
Mej, thank you for always having all of us here. I'm so excited. As always, these storytellers were great this week. I feel like they're really competitive with one another as well. I want to just tell you, like, Smurfy does have a featured show directly after this show today. You guys, please go check out her featured show. Well, she can be
it's on a
honest.
hiatus. I believe her show is
Oh,
on
she's on a break. Okay, I'm like,
she's on a break, but she also has amazing stuff.
she's
So
always
she's on a break.
she's always so humble. I'm like, no, she's got a featured show. I have a featured show on Mondays at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Meow and me. If you have a pet on the app, please hit me up and come on my show with your pet. We would love to have you. But let's get into let's get into the storytellers. I'm gonna start with Alice G7. Okay, I love this. You had a good costume, your pace was well done, your words pronounced well, you weren't going too fast. You had a character. I would have preferred to see Mej as your mayor, but maybe that's just me, and maybe because it's Mej's show. But I do love Blake Premier, so that's also a win. So it was good. Still, it was really good. I like that the plot twist. I do love some dramatic appeal, little plot twist at the end, trying to steal all the top badges instead. Who needs these diamonds from these catfishes? And, it was good. The costume changes, the tone, everything went really well. I would say, if anything, I just think, like, I agree with Smurfy. That's really the thing that I saw too, is that just a little more, like, I couldn't quite get to I didn't make the leap either. The same leap she didn't make, same one I encountered as well. So how did you collect these catfish? How did you remove them? I didn't quite get that leap either. So all the rest was really good in your narrative. Yeah, so I don't mind going off screen, coming back on screen with new costumes. So well done. Overall, this story was well done. And I would say, if you want to improve it, doing it like little more adding into that narrative piece. You could add some facial movements. You could, do some of those extra little things to make it just a little extra overall. But well done. This was well done. Big Bats. I want to say, Big Bats, wow, this from your first story to this story, because I've had the privilege of hearing both here with Mesh. This story has come a full, like, from your first story to this story, this is 100, to me, this is 100% improvement from, Oh yeah, that's right. That's right. That's right, Big Bats. Like you are like this is you are striding forward, and the improvement is noted. Like I want to let you know that, like that first and foremost, since I've had that honor of watching, yes, the growth. The narrative strong. I loved the narrative. The streamers being broken because they went to the wrong streamers and they followed the wrong people, and then they ended out on these streets just alone, broken. I, Big Bats, Big Bats, I genuinely enjoyed your story. I genuinely enjoyed it. I heard the music piping. Maybe it was just in my head, but I thought I heard the piping all throughout the story. So maybe it was just me hearing piping. I don't know. I thought it was on in the background. Yeah, I thought it was on the whole time. I think your pace too, Big Bats, your pace has improved so much. You're at the pace now, where if you just even take just one more little step back and then add in a couple other little things, like a couple other little props or gestures or something, like you're right in the money zone in terms of that. I liked the dramatic ending. I think this story was well done. This was solid for you. I think you have places that you can look to improve, like I said, by like keep your pace that you're at, maybe go back just one more notch, and then add just a few more elements and stops, almost like you will never believe what happened, right? Like you can just taking moments of stopping your language, so, and then whispering or moving. Yes, that way you're embellishing. You could just like the streamers were broke and broken on the meet me streets, like that. So that would be my feedback with this, and potentially again using your camera and all of your options with your camera, because you're definitely taking and applying this feedback, and I would love to see you do this again. I love it. Nashi Poo. Um, Nashi Poo. First up, I love the story with Smurfy, Kitty, and Zoe being rats. I immediately got my attention. You immediately had me snap up. I was all writing. I was like, oh, smooth. At least we're all rats together. We're like the three musketeers of rats. I loved it. I love a good mayor being Mej. And the Mej, the mayor, on vermin control. Vermin control, Mej. Um, and we had some key players. I love that your story had your characters clearly separated. We could tell who your characters of the story were. We could understand the plot. There was a climatic action, and there was an end. And I look for all of those things in a story, and I saw that with you, Nashlin or Nashi Poo. So thank you. There were happy members after, this is what I wrote, happy members after getting the pipe. This it's like I said, Mej is a pipe master after all. And the pipe master Woody, by no coincidence, or maybe some. So you had a good pace. Your storytelling was at a good pace. You had good sound. I agree with Smurfy entirely. This music was just perfect in the background. I would have never known either that, I'm judging it for what I see. I didn't know what it was supposed to be other than what you showed. Sometimes it's okay not to tell anybody. We would have never known. But that being said, I love the story, the backdrop in the back. Um, you know, I think that it would have been nice to see you kind of sneak in maybe in narrator parts, like you could have maybe snuck in as a narrator with your face. That would be the only thing I can think to really improve the story. Use your pace, your sound, your other thing. Like maybe you could have snuck in as a narrator and be like, I don't know about you guys, but I saw those rats on these streets. They were trying to steal things, or whatever. You might have been able to do something like that, just a third person narration. But I thought it was great. I liked the story. It made me smile. It was well done. It was well written. Um, Pace was good. I mean, it hit the pop because we have such strict judging criteria, everybody. It's really important that we see each parts of these things play out. And so this was a really close week. I want to say well done to everyone. Thank you for investing your time. I know this can be nerve-wracking. Once again, this is not easy to do, and I know it's nerve-wracking, and you all really did well. Like everybody did well. Thank you for not wasting our judges and Mej's time either. So thank you for respecting us too. Thank you.
And ladies and gentlemen, a big thank you to our judge, our resident judge, Kitty Commander, Top Bash Kitty Commander, put some respect on her name. Ladies and gentlemen, if you're just tuning in, you are here listening to the judges give their final critiques. And also in just another minute or so, they will be deliberating to declare a winner of today's episode. So please make sure that you are favoriting all of the judges. Please make sure that you've had all of our storytellers favorited. And welcome, welcome, welcome to Once Upon a Mejstory, a featured storytelling show here on the app where we give you a theme. And based on the theme, you create a narrative surrounding that theme using backdrop, lighting, fancy narration like you've seen some of our guests do, costumes, whatever you'd like to help enhance it, because it is judged. And those are some of the critiques that they look for. So please make sure you're paying attention. And ladies and gentlemen, we do give all of this information just in case you think you have to write all this stuff down and remember what it is we look for. We give you a checklist. We give you tips. We give you guidelines. We give you clips of the show. So this is not improv unless you like to do it improv. It is not improv, so no one has to be scared about doing or overly nervous. I know it's public speaking and telling a story. So that's why we give you all of the tips and guidelines to help you along. So it's not as nerve-wracking as you may think it's going to be. And you can come prepared. So do not think that we just thrust you onto our show and said, come up with a story and make it work. We do give you a lot of tips, and we're always there to answer any questions. If you do reach out to us, we try to be as helpful as possible without writing a story for you. Now, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Top Badge Zoe Essex, another resident judge here on the show, and one of my sisters from across the pond. Top Badge Zoe Essex, please introduce yourself, my lovely, and give us your thoughts. What do you think of today's storytellers?
Hello, everyone. I'm Zoe Essex. Thank you for that lovely introduction, Mej. It's always a pleasure. Thank you for having me as part of your show. I really enjoy it. It's a great show. I'd like to just echo everything that everybody else has said. Please do. If you haven't got involved in this show before, or even if you have, please do just come and get involved, because it is so much fun. And as Smurfy said, it really is such a safe space in here, and we will give you so much support and love. We are never going to like, of course we have to give our constructive criticism, but we're never going to put you down or anything like that. So, and everybody in the comments is always really friendly and welcoming. And at the end of the day, the most important part of the whole thing is that you have fun, and it does give you that outlet, that creative outlet for to get in touch with your like inner child for a little while and just sort of like think of these fun little stories and stuff. So yeah, it's really good fun. So come and get involved. Great job this week, guys. Really, really good job with all three of the storytellers. Really enjoyed them. So first we had Alice. The first thing I noticed was the great costume. I loved that. I love you put us straight in there. You had a really great energy. As soon as you came in, you was like really like smiling, and you it made me look forward to what you was about to deliver. I liked your little pipe that you had. I really, really enjoyed your narration voice. It was really good, like with the whole, really got us into it. I feel like with the whole the Blake premiere as mayor, that was like a rhyme thing, right? Because the whole story was like a rhyming thing. I think that was what we, I got that. I picked up on that. I really enjoyed the story. So you had he was getting rid of the catfish for the mayor. Yeah, I know the other guys have already said it about the whole song. You could have elaborated a little bit more about how you actually did that. But all in all, it was a really great story. I loved the twist at the end. I loved that when we got to the end, like, oh no, I didn't want the dragons or the diamonds. I wanted your top badges. And I was like, dun, dun, dun. Like, I'm ready for part 2, you know? Like, cliffhanger, great, brilliant, really enjoyed it. I guess if there was any little criticisms, maybe something in the background, and maybe some music or something like that to just elevate the story even more. But all in all, really, really good job. Well done. Then we had Big Bats. Again, we had a really, really good story. I really, really enjoyed it. So we had the evil Piper streamers that was luring in the trolls and doing it all the wrong way, and I liked the general the moral of the story, which basically came down to, you know, you can either be that kind of person that's trying to draw the wrong attention, or you can be like creating content and getting the right crowd and the right following, like rather than the wrong following. I really enjoyed the actual general moral of the story. That was really, really good. As Clear Commander was saying just a minute ago, like, it would have been nice for you to just slow it down just a little bit and have some peaks and troughs with what you're saying, some bits that sort of, just so there's a little bit more of a rhythm. It's always hard if somebody's going a little bit too fast. Also, it's hard for us to make notes because I'm like, so I always appreciate somebody that just slows it down just a little bit, just for me, really. But no, really, really good. I like the background music was really nice. And again, I guess if there was any sort of criticism or anything like that, maybe some costume or something, some more visuals, that'd be really, really good. But again, good job, really enjoyed it, great story, well done for that. And then we went on to Nashi. I love this story, of course. All of us, Meg and the judges, we're all very egotistical. So if you're going to incorporate all of us into the story, then we're all going to love it because we like the attention. I know, I really, really enjoyed the music. Although saying that, yeah, as Sophie was saying, I wasn't sure how I felt about being called a rap, but you know, I went with it. It was still cool. I really enjoyed this. This story was really good fun as well, with all of the innuendos and stuff like that. Really good fun. So I'm trying to think. Oh yes, that was the other thing. So you mentioned as well at the beginning about you had a problem with the visuals, so we had to do a backup. So I can imagine, because you just had sort of like a background picture, didn't you? I am curious about what you had planned. I'm assuming that maybe you had some sort of slideshow to go with it, some changing pictures, or maybe some video or something like that. I'm disappointed that we didn't get to see that, because I would have loved to have seen that. I'm really curious about what you had in store for us. So I don't know. Maybe if we was to get the opportunity, well, like you said, you're going to be doing it on your stream tonight, so I might come and have a look and see what you had planned, because that was a shame that we didn't get to see that. But the story was really, really good fun, really good, really enjoyed it. The way that you told it was really, really good. And yeah, well done. So well done to all of our storytellers. Thank you so much, everybody, for taking part and delivering your stories for us. Thank you so much. Thank you, Mej. Thank you, judges. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, if you are now tuning in, you were just listening to one of the judges of the show, Top Badge Zoe Essex, give her feedback on today's storytellers. At this time, ladies and gentlemen, please make sure that you favorite my top 3. In about 4 minutes, we will be declaring our gold king or queen. So you have about 3 minutes right now. So if you'd like to be the gold king or queen of the stream right now, or top 3, Top Badge Zoe Essex, Nilla, and Life are all in there. They're the top 3. Please make sure you have them favorited. Please make sure you hit that star on my name. Favorite all of the storytellers, all of the judges. Anyone you'd like, faves are free. Please make use of doing so. And ladies and gentlemen, now is where deliberations begin. So as the judges are deliberating on the winner for today's episode of Once Upon a Mejstory, the Pied Piper of the Meet Me Streets, we are going to go over a couple of things. One is, every Saturday, 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time is storytelling time, Once Upon a Mejstory. So we have our next week's episode is April 29th. And on April 29th, is anyone curious to know what the theme is? Anyone care to know? Okay, well, I'll tell you anyways. The theme for next week is Captain Mej and the Pirates. So if you would like to be a guest on the show, I think it may be booked, but if you send us a request right now, just in case you have any cancellations or someone is not able to make for any reason, we would love to have you in there so you get a chance to be heard as well. So please make sure you're reaching out to us. We have themes for the next upcoming episodes. So please take this opportunity to send us a message so we can get you prepared. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, this is preparedness. I can't stress it enough, but we do give you all the tools. We give you as many tips as you'd like. We include clips of the show, just so you have a point of a reference. So we want you to do well, and we give you every benefit of doing so. Because our judges have a criteria that they look for. So please make sure that you're reaching out to us and you're getting the notice to get the stories told. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we have 1 more minute before our gold king or queen is declared. Welcome to all my friends. Thank you so much for everyone always showing up just to be an audience member, just to be active here in the comments. I appreciate and adore you all to pieces. Now, I'm going to quickly pop into the group. All right, we got 1 more minute. Who would like to be the gold king or queen? That gold king or queen will get a special shout out and a special request to get some follows for you. They will also have their name next to mine for the next show. Well, Jimmy, if you'd like to be you at this moment, if you'd like to send the jet, I believe you might be in good shape. It's 4 o'clock right now. Yeah. Do it, Jimmy. All right. As Jimmy is loading up, we are going to go into the group chat. And we are going to decide on a winner. Okay. Still going at it. Okay. I see feedback. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I think that they have decided on a winner. And there's a lot of back and forths and hair pulling. I can see it. And all right, it's getting a little vicious in there. So before the judges continue to get, a little crazy, we are going to declare a winner. Ladies and gentlemen, can all of the storytellers please request the box? Here's what we do is that we will have all of the storytellers request the box, and we are going to first declare the episode winner. We're going to do a big shout out, congratulations. We'll do a big congratulations to the winner, and then we'll give everyone the opportunity, including the other storytellers, to still promote their streams. And also, ladies and gentlemen, if you're not the winner of today's episode, we encourage using the feedback that the judges gave. Please reach back out to us. We'd love to have you back on the show. Congratulations. And also big congratulations to Top Bat Smurfy for being the gold queen of the stream. Okay, without further ado, congratulations. Is everyone ready? Big drum roll. Congratulations to Nashi Poo. You are today's winner, the Pied Piper of the Meet Me Streets. Congratulations to Nashi Poo. Please, if you have anything you'd like to promote or any words for anyone, here is your moment in the spotlight. Take it away, sister.
So first, I just want to say thank you for this opportunity. Thank you for letting me come on and do this. Thank you to the judges. And I especially want to say thank you to Alice and to Bat for doing this. I think that they did amazing, and it would have been a totally different experience. I enjoyed what they did, so thank you guys so much. And it was a pleasure to do it with you, not against you, but with you.
Right.
But I also need to do a shout out to my people who are in here supporting me.
Go right ahead.
I'm very special. I came back after a year on the app, and I've been truly blessed with the people that I have. So I just want to say thank you, and I appreciate this so much. Come by my show. Everyone's welcome. We're currently I'm working on a new one where I get people who go on my guest box and they go out to clubs or bars, and I tell them to pick up lines to use on people. Thank you, Jimmy. So please come by. We do confessions and stuff, and everybody's welcome. And I try to go around and support everybody that I can, because maybe sometimes we go against each other, but at the same time, without each other, we wouldn't be where we are on this stream and on this app. So thank you again for this opportunity. I appreciate it so much. Thank you.
Absolutely. And congratulations. Nashi Poo, please stay in touch with us, because Nashi, 1 second. By you being declared the winner of today's episode, you will be invited back to our season finale, where you will be competing against the other previous winners of this season. So you'll have one more show as a winner of every episode. The season finale means that you will have to return and compete. We have the theme already ready, so we're going to slip you right into the box, so you'll get yourself prepared using any of the tips or additional tips that the judges have given. Congratulations again, and thank you so much for sharing your story.
Thank you.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, make sure you hit that star in her. Now, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the box. We also have Bats and we have Alice. They are congratulations to you both as well. Please take this chance to shout out anything, any promotions, anything you'd like. This is your forum. And also, if you'd like to be a future guest, there's nothing in the rule book that says that you cannot come back using what we have already given you as some tips.
Oh, thank you, Jimmy. Go ahead. Ladies first.
Sorry, what?
Ladies first.
You said ladies first.
Okay, thank you. Yeah, hi guys, I'm MHD7. I'm gonna be having a featured show here on the app called Alice Explains the Unexplained every Thursday at 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. If you want to be a guest, we're looking for 2 guests to go off against one another. Please message Emoji J. Let him know. Congrats again to Nashi Poo. Seriously, you did do good, girl. Seriously. And I loved this. It kind of brought the writer out in me a little bit. And I'm good. I want to come back. I'm not going to lie. I want to come back. It's so much fun. Like, by the way, I had to budget myself because I've been off sick from work due to bad back. So I had to budget myself with my costumes and everything else. But yeah, honestly, guys, you did amazing. Seriously, congrats again, Nashi Poo. Seriously.
Alice.
Thank you for sharing that, Alice. Big Bats, take it away, sir.
Hey, I'm Big Bats. Thank you for having me from Detroit, Michigan. I have been grinding really hard for my top badge, so we're doing that and building our faves up. We're like 6,200 faves. We're just out here enjoying ourselves, enjoying our stream. I am working towards a featured show. I don't know what it's going to be yet. All good things take time, right, Mesh? You know what I mean? So
absolutely, sir. Absolutely.
I really do appreciate everybody's time and just out here having a great time. Please come by my stream. Don't forget to always visit Mej's stream. He's an amazing streamer. Much love, always. And that's pretty much it. Don't have a lot on the fire right now. Not much on the coals, but I'm looking to get something going this week.
Good to hear that. And I really enjoyed your story. I've seen the improvement from the first. I think it was just nerves. This one went amazing. And as you become more comfortable, we'd love to see you yet again on here. You always keep bringing something extra. And I love that about this show is that the creativity that comes out, and this is helpful to your streams as well. Because then if you have an idea to be have a show or have any specific event going on, this also loosens it up. You have a ton of people watching, a ton of people are going to watch you here and then want to be a part of the show that you have. Use every opportunity that you can, ladies and gentlemen, on doing well on this app. Use every single thing that you can. That is what I love about the streamers on this app. Big Bats, thank you so much.
Thank you. Much love. Bye.
Mwah, mwah. Bye, love. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, and that wraps up our show. Congratulations to Nashi Poo, our episode winner for today, the Pied Piper of the Meet Me Streets. Big congratulations to Top Badge, my sister from across the pond, Top Badge Murphy. Please make sure we favorite all my top 3 gifters. Always remember to be kind. Thank you so much for being a part of the show. If you're interested in being a storyteller, my admins are right in here. Barriqua Queen, Lux, Grizzly, and Emoji Joe. Please reach out to them if you would like to be on the show or to myself. And ladies and gentlemen, that being said, we will end with and scene. Catch me next Saturday when we will have the tales of Captain Mej and the pirates. What tales will be unfolded at sea? Thank you once again. Congratulations to everyone. Everyone have a blessed rest of your day. I will be back on a little later for Connect 100. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, for whoever's still on in the stream, at between 7 to 9, there's a unique opportunity for you to favorite 100